Outside is presented by CVA. It's just a better gun.
Hello again, everyone. I'm O'Neil Williams, and welcome to our program. You know, I got a lot of invitations to go hunting. So, why don't you and I do that today? Let's go hunting. If nothing more, what I want to do is to impress upon you that if you'll learn and stick to basic principles about whitetail hunting, over time, you'll be more successful. Don't outsmart yourself. Find out those things, the scrapes, the rubs, the scent, the stand placement, all those things, and you'll be a more successful deer hunter. Now, O'Neil in Georgia, unless a giant walks by, I don't shoot bucks. I hunt bucks because that's where the fun is. I shoot does because that's the best harvest. And that's what you and I are going to do today on O'Neil Outside. We're going to hunt together. All right, take a look. Now, this is a great example, isn't it? Now, this is an unplanted food plot behind me. It didn't get planted this year. It was too wet. So let's hunt for bucks today. We're going to pick out a place to hunt in the morning and then again tomorrow afternoon. Take a look at that. Now see, this is a scrape down here below me. And this is where he's been up in the trees with his antlers. See where he's been scraping all across here? Cameraman's out of there with a shadow, and that's where he scrapes. He comes by and he'll urinate in this. So what does that tell me right now about this place? It's a place where bucks come to look for the does, okay? So the does will be here. I'm hunting bucks. If they think the does are here, then I think the does will be here because they stay here every day and I don't. Come along and let me show you a rub and what that means. I can see one right down here. Let's go this way. A fresh rub. Very fresh rub. So they're visiting the scrapes here and rubbing the velvet off the antlers. Now, there's more to it than just rubbing the velvet off the antlers. They lick it. They rub the glands in between the antlers, all around their eyes, their face, and they rub all over this tree. They're leaving their scent here, and they'll come back and visit these places. And I see some other places right down in here. Let's go up here. If we find one more rub, one more scrape, then I'll say this is a good place for tomorrow morning, and I'll show you where the stand is and why it's in that position. Come this way. Well, here you are, more evidence. You can even see where his little toes went in there. Now, this is a route in and out of this food source. This is an unplanted old food plot, field, if you will. Does will be here, bucks will be here also, and they'll get together. After all, it's the rut, it's the middle of November. We may talk about that later too. Now, where do I want to be then tomorrow morning? Well, the stand's in the perfect position for a morning hunt. There it is down there. Sun comes up behind it. Whether I'm hunting in the morning or the afternoon, I want the sun behind me, don't you see? And that is eastern, and if the wind is blowing tomorrow, it'll be eastern, then it'll be blowing in from this direction. That's cool, right? With the weather. So, wind direction, stand placement, evidence of bucks, and food source for does. It's pretty good, but let's look just a little further, kind of reinforce, all right? We're doing pretty good so far. Come on along. What I want to do now is come in and look behind me to see if I have any travel routes in and out behind the stand so I can be on the lookout for in the morning in case something's going to come in from behind me. Oh, here's something I didn't expect to see. And I know this landowner's not going to like it. Look, this is some wild hogs are in here, and that's what he does. The hog they'll rub along a tree and rub the mud and the parasites and flies and everything off. Look, it's not a big hog. Well, I don't know, pretty good size. Well, that spooks the deer. The hogs will spook the deer and run them off of a place. And here's another spot right over there where the hogs are coming in. Well, I think we can safely say that if tomorrow morning we're going to look for does, bucks too maybe, but again, I don't shoot bucks, to come in from that direction, we'll be looking that way over this unplanted food plot. We have more to talk about, you and I. Enjoying the hunt so far? This is the hunt. When you pull the trigger, it's a shoot. We have a lot of things to talk about, you and I, today. All right, let's get our stuff and go elsewhere.
O'Neill Outside, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Bill Jordan's Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors. Loyal Pet Food for a lifetime. And XGO, the first layer of defense.
O'Neill here with a new comfortable base layer for outdoorsmen. It's called XGO. You may know about it already. It's been used by the military for over 10 years, and if it's right for them, it's certainly right for us. The Acclimate Dry Moisture Wicking technology keeps you warm, comfortable, and dry under any conditions, while AG47 Silver controls scent-causing bacteria. XGO, 100% made in the USA and only available at ProXGO.com outdoors.
CVA's new Accura MR. Its premium Bergara barrel guarantees it to be the most accurate muzzleloader you've ever shot. Or your money back. Visit CVA.com for details.
In my career, I've learned a thing or two about having the right equipment and a great crew. I've also learned how great it is to do the things you love. That's why I'm happy to be part of the Bass Pro family, because a name you can trust, people who stand behind you, and the equipment you can count on mean everything to me. Bass Pro Shops, where commitment, passion, and the great outdoors all come together.
You own guns, here's a protection system you've just got to have. Gun Protect. It inhibits rust at the molecular level. How? The cloak emits a vapor to create a corrosion-inhibiting skin that attaches to all metals and locks out corrosion. Gun Protect cloaks are designed for your long guns and for your handguns. There's even a cloak to protect your ammo. Use Gun Protect at home or in the field. Gun Protect, total protection at the molecular level.
GearOneWheels.com is your source for muscle car wheels. Classic styles in original and modern sizes. And now available 17-inch 5-spoke and snowflake wheels as low as $199 each. Update your muscle car now. Visit GearOneWheels.com.
I'm glad you accepted my invitation for a hunt, you and I, and let's talk about those basic principles. Those things that if you stick to them and not outsmart yourself, will carry you for a long, long time in successful whitetail hunting. All right, first of all, scent management. Let's talk about the deer himself. The whitetail deer has 1,000 times more space devoted to scent detection in his brain than yours. And in his nose, there are over 1 million times more receptors. No wonder he can detect scent so well. So that's the big culprit. I know in my years of hunting, that's where your hunt fails more often than anything else. Now, in random order, always wear your blaze orange hat and garment, whether you're scouting or whether you're hunting. Right now in Georgia, the rut's going on. I rattle and I use grunt calls. I don't do that prior to the rut. I don't do it after the rut. But most of the time, it doesn't work in a place like this where you have maybe 12 to 14 does per buck. There are plenty of does to go around. They don't have to fight about it. Other places, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, all around, use rattlers, but I use actual horns. It sounds certainly more authentic. Grunt, if you will, too. It certainly has worked for me during the rut. Now, you got some basic principles down. Play the wind, manage the sun, cover your scent, good equipment flashlights, binoculars, your muzzle loader. We're on the same page, you and I. Let's go look around for a place to hunt tomorrow afternoon. And I digress for a moment. Hunt high in the morning and low in the afternoon. That's one of those principles. Why so? If you hunt high in the morning, as the sun comes up, the thermals will rise and take your scent up, and everything around you will be rising to your face as the air warms. In the afternoon, you hunt low because the air cools and the thermals will drift down toward you. So everything's going to be coming toward you in the afternoon. That's managing the thermals. And you say, well, the air's dead. It's really not. Oh, yes, it is. It is moving by all means. So find a morning place and an afternoon place. Hunt the bucks, shoot the does. Impressive, to say the least. Boy, digging in old and fresh. If I can find a couple of more of those places like this. Now, this is the afternoon spot. I'm gonna have to sit on the ground in a ground blind, but I don't mind that. Again, I'm hunting for bucks. I'm gonna shoot does, but I wanna know that the bucks are here. Now take a look. Remember that I told you about hunting low in the afternoon because of the thermal currents drift down as the air cools. Now see, that goes way up a hill up there, and there's a little creek right here and a food plot, and it sweeps up there. It's flat in that direction and flat in that direction. So this is a natural in and out right here, and we're protected by our scent. Remember, you got to watch after that. That's the most important thing. I'm going to go on the other side now. This is impressive, and see if there's something on the other side of the blind. It's impossible to know, is this a big buck or a small buck that's rubbing this tree? I can only tell you what I've observed, that I've never ever seen. Well, let's start over. I have seen big bucks and small bucks rub small trees. I've never seen a small buck rub a big tree. Maybe this is a good one. Got some high ground over here. Let's look at the base of this and see if there's some other sign. Then we need to get out of here. Impressive again. And there's a rub right over there, a scrape right over there too. Now take a look. See, this afternoon, I don't care what's happening. If you think the air's not moving, it's going to drift down this way, and it'll drift down from over there. And here's a natural funnel up through there. The wind will come down this way, and this is a natural travel route, obviously, with these scrapes and rubs into this food plot. Even though we're hunting on the ground this time, I think we're okay. Let's give this a try. One more thing in our preparation for tomorrow's hunts. We know the place, the wind direction, the sun's coming up. We got everything handled. Scent management. I'm using the Apex. It's CVA's Apex interchangeable barrel rifle. It is the Bergara barrel, makes it the most accurate muzzleloader barrel in the world. And the special feature, as you can see, it's break action. The breech plug is removed just with the hand. Isn't that something? It takes me about 2 minutes to clean it, and that's all. It's the CVA Apex interchangeable barrel muzzleloader. I'm topping out the CVA Apex with a Conus 3-10 variable scope.
We'll get back to the hunt after this tip from Conus.
Okay, you're sitting in the stand. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. 6-pointer walks out. I don't know whether I need to take that one or not, you know. Here's a tip that over the long run will get you more trophy animals, and you'll see bigger bucks. Make it a rule. You don't shoot the first buck that walks into the field, into the food plot. Wait. Be patient, because 9 times out of 10, when the small buck walks out, the one that's the most aggressive, the big bucks walking around just in the darkness, just outside, making sure everything's okay. And when that one is in the field, the first one, when he's in the field for a little while, everything's okay. And he walks out, and you've got your trophy. And that's the CONUS Tip of the Week.
From our friends at Record Rack, Sportsman's Choice offers 2 fish food products. Floating catfish nuggets for adults and fingerlings, trophy fish for bass and bluegill with pond balancing technology. Both high in protein, highly digestible, and fortified with vitamins. Sportsman's Choice products ensure your fish are getting the nutrition they need, and the kids will catch bigger fish that have them smiling. Check out the full line of fish, deer, and elk products at sportsmanschoicefeeds.com.
These are our Powerbelt Platinum bullets, designed especially for Magnum charges. Platinums provide optimal on-game performance at higher velocities, making them the perfect choice for shooters who use a Magnum charge. The 270 grain Powerbelt Platinum, just one of over 40 different Powerbelt bullets. Find out which one's best for your gun, game, load, and distance. Go to PowerBeltBullets.com. Powerbelt, America's #1 muzzleloading bullet.
This portion of O'Neill Outside is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Georgia Power, official energy partner of you. Cass Creek, you can't get more real than Cass Creek. And the Georgia Department of Economic Development. Visit exploregeorgia.org and discover the unexpected.
We got here this morning an hour before daylight, took position in that stand right there. The sun's rising behind us, and we saw some does. Could have taken one, but we've scouted a better place this afternoon to see more deer and to maybe see a buck or two. Now, the only thing I'd tell you before I leave today is when you leave the food plots in the afternoons, in case you want to come back and in case your plans change, walk out the middle of the food plot. Don't walk around it, walk out the middle, so any deer that come in will not smell your trail till they get into the middle of the food plot. And that's what I'm doing right now. We're going to hunt this afternoon after we go to town to get a cheeseburger.
We'll get back to O'Neill's hunt after this week's outdoor cooking recipe.
Here's a terrific idea for wild turkey and venison tenderloin. You kind of cube them up a little bit there, square them up, and this is called a fire wire. And it's a kind of a kebab deal from Big Green Egg, some of the egg accessories. There's onions, tomatoes, mushrooms, and you need to marinate this for quite a while. At room temperature, the meat needs to be room temperature. Put on anything you want, you know what I'm saying? Because you'll eat it all. This is a piece of turkey breast, and this is a piece of venison. Put them together sometime, makes the flavors mesh. A tomato or two, and then using the fire wire, put it on the Big Green Egg. Now this is a fabulous recipe for the small pieces of meat, because sometimes when you harvest some of these kinds, at times it doesn't exactly come in big pieces. You can put it right on the egg. Use this. Now I've got the plate setter on here. However, you really should do this on a direct heat, but it only takes, at 400 degrees, it's only going to take about 12 to 15 minutes. And you do 1, 2, 3, and I'll show them to you. Venison and wild turkey kebabs on Big Green Egg's fire wire. Make it special. Heat some pita bread on the Big Green Egg. Serve it that way. Go to O'NeillOutside.com or BigGreenEgg.com for the recipes. Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience.
We duck hunt every day. Sometimes, though, we disagree on where.
Where are we hunting today?
Lake Blythe. sometimes we disagree on when to shoot. Cut 'em!
Or when to say cut 'em.
You boys too slow. One thing we do agree on, we all wear Realtree camo.
Realtree Extra.
Max 4.
Hey, we can't even agree to disagree.
Here, son, spray some of this. Now try it.
Hey, that works. I'm out of here.
You should. LQ5 Hunter Grade Lubricant. It is the very best you can use. It lasts and lasts because it doesn't oxidize. It prevents rust. It doesn't gum up in any kind of weather. Go to lq5performance.com, find out about it and how to order. It's all I use.
The CVA Acura V2 with its premium Bergara barrel. The Acura is guaranteed to outshoot any other muzzleloader or your money back. Visit CVA.com for details.
Gear1Wheels.com is your source for muscle car wheels. Classic styles in original and modern sizes. And now available 17-inch 5-spoke and snowflake wheels as low as $199 each. Update your muscle car now. Visit Gear1Wheels.com.
It's for those who get up early on weekends and those who'd rather rough it than take it easy. It's for those who know it's not just a sport, but a way of life. The new Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system keeps food fresh up to 5 times longer with a rugged design and 12-volt adapter cord for easy use in the field, ensuring your game and fish is fresh when you need it. The Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system. Fielded fresh, sealed fresh.
I love Kona scopes, so it's no surprise to O'Neill that the new M30 is recommended by the National Tactical Officers Association. Designed for hunters and tactical shooters, the M30s offer more features than any other scope, including a built-in level bubble for long-range shooting, the Konus engraved reticle for durability, and the Konus lifetime replacement warranty. Konus Pro M30s, shoot like a pro.
There's more O'Neill Outside coming up. But first, let's thank our sponsors. Konus Scopes and Spotting Scopes. Watch your game. Liquifix LQ5 Hunter Grade Lubricant. The Food Saver Game Saver Vacuum Sealing System. Hodgdon Powder, the gunpowder people. And Gun Protect, lockout corrosion at the molecular level.
Time for the CVA guest book this week from Brent Stockdale. And he writes in from Marietta, Georgia, that when he was in high school, he listened to O'Neill Outside Radio on WSB. Now his son, Cole, is in high school, and on the way to the woods and the lake, they always listen to O'Neill Outside. We've been around for a while, it seems. Gives me the opportunity to congratulate him on having such fine taste, and to remind you to listen to O'Neill Outside Radio every Saturday morning, AM 750 out of Atlanta. You can hear it all over the United States and on the internet at WSBradio.com. You can get it there. Never can tell, you might win, as Brent has, a CVA muzzleloader. Go to O'NeillOutside.com. If we use your comment on the air, we'll send to you a youth model Wolf CVA muzzleloader. Give it a try. See a buck to use a grunt call. Chances are, if there's any bucks around here, you can't see them anyway. Use the grunt call. Use it sparingly. Biggest mistake, using it too much. We've only been in the stand now for about 40 minutes. That was a doe. 4 of them came out from across the creek away. Worked perfectly, quite frankly. That's what we were after. And there's deer, quite frankly, right now all around us. They smell the smoke from the muzzleloader charge. I'm using a 270 grain Powerbolt Platinum bullet, using 150 grains of powder. It was 0 at 100 yards. I may just stick around and shoot another doe. They're all around us right now. Our strategy worked. Keep those basic principles in mind. Wind management, look for the scrapes, the rubs. You can work it out. Just stay with the basics. You'll have a much more productive deer season wherever you go. Boy, they're still blowing. Before I leave you today, go pick up this doe and conclude our hunt. I don't want you to think I'm telling you that this is the only way to hunt. This is the way O'Neill hunts. If you hunt in a different fashion, that's good. There's many, many ways to do that. And if something I've told you today serves as a reminder for something that you already knew, then fine. If it's a tactic, a practice that you had not heard of before, by all means, it served its purpose. And hope you enjoyed it. I did.